Bomb blasts have killed at least 44 and wounded over 170 in the northeastern Syrian city of Kamishli near the Turkish border.
At least 44 people have been killed after a truck bomb blew up in the northern town of Kamishli. That lies close to the Turkish border in the north of the country. Islamic State has claimed responsibility for the attack, which occurred in a predominantly Kurdish area. Nearly 200 other people have reportedly been wounded. The suicide blast went off near a Kurdish police station and also a nearby government building. The explosion was so powerful it reportedly shattered windows in nearby Turkish towns.
Syrian state television reports one blast was from a car bomb and the other from a bomb on a motorbike.
Wildfires in California. Los Angeles County has declared a state of emergency as crews struggle to contain a fire that scorched 37,000 acres. And further up the coast, a separate fire has forced hundreds of evacuations.
It's believed to have started following burning on nearby farmland since Monday. High temperatures and strong winds are fueling the blaze, burning 1,000 hectares of forest already. It'll continue to burn for the next few days, and the forest fire is also threatening the Greek island of Chios. Authorities there have declared a state of emergency.
Fire near a nuclear-armed U.S. base in Turkey. Well, they're now stating that the fire is sabotage. The story comes to us out of Sputnik News. They are reporting that a massive fire erupted near a NATO base in western Turkey. Now, it should be noted that this is the same base where nuclear weapons are stored, that authorities are now investigating the fire as a possible act of anti-American sabotage.
As of Wednesday afternoon, CNN Turk was reporting 3 news agencies, 16 television outlets, 23 radio stations, 45 newspapers, 15 magazines, and 29 publishing channels had been forcibly closed in the country. The government is also going after individual journalists. On Wednesday, a state-run media outlet reported arrest warrants had been issued for nearly 50 journalists working for a newspaper tied to the group responsible for carrying out the coup attempt. The crackdown on media comes on the heels of tens of thousands of suspensions, dismissals, and detainments in the country following the failed coup.
Local authorities in the German state of Bavaria said the Syrian asylum seeker who blew himself up in the southern town of Ansbach was influenced online by an unknown person. A chat log of the conversation was found on his mobile phone. The state's interior minister said on Wednesday the chat showed another person significantly influenced how the attacker acted and that the chat ended directly before the attack.
According to the Associated Press, Florida health officials are currently investigating 2 more mysterious cases of Zika infection that do not seem to be related to travel to an outbreak region. These cases now bring the total of cases not linked to travel to 4. The cases have raised cause for concern, suggesting that mosquitoes in the U.S. have begun to spread the virus on their own.
Barcelona's University Hospital of Valdebron has confirmed Spain's first case of a baby born with microcephaly associated with the Zika virus. The baby was born on Monday to a 41-year-old woman who tested positive for dengue while pregnant. The woman is believed to have contracted the virus during a trip to Colombia.
Venezuela's worsening food shortages had tragic consequences for a rare show horse last weekend. A group of hungry intruders broke into the zoo, pulled the black stallion from its cage, then slaughtered it for meat. Prosecutors say the crime occurred in the small hours of Sunday morning. Supposedly, several people snuck into the state-run park under the cover of darkness and busted into the stallion's pen. Meanwhile, larger animals are reportedly showing signs of emaciation as the zoo runs out of feed.
It has strengthened its southwestern flank as NATO builds up its military presence near Russian borders. Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu says that Russia has deployed more air defense systems in the southwest. They include 2 missile brigades armed with Iskander missiles, which have boosted firepower to destroy, quote, the potential adversary. The Russian minister also noted that terrorist groups are active in the North Caucasus and the situation in Ukraine remains unstable.
Around 10,000 pilgrims have flocked to Kiev to celebrate the adoption of Christianity by the Kievan Rus, a nation-state regarded as progenitor of modern-day Belarus, Russia and Ukraine. Every pilgrim is screened through the metal detector, while 6,000 police officers have been deployed in the city to ensure the pilgrim's safety. The unprecedented security measures were caused by fears of possible provocations or terrorist acts during the ceremony.
Russia has dismissed allegations it was behind the hacking of U.S. Democratic Party emails. It comes following claims from the U.S. that there was evidence Russia had engineered the release of sensitive Democratic Party emails in order to influence the presidential election. A Kremlin spokesperson said the allegations against Russia are not precise or concrete. He added that Russia never interferes in other countries' electoral campaigns, saying it seems the U.S. is believing horror stories that they themselves have created.
There has been a drastic rise in homeless camps in Oakland, and city leaders admit they are struggling to come up with a solution. KPIX5's Phil Mateer is in Oakland, where some say the problem is actually a spillover from San Francisco. Phil?
That's right. We're here at Jack London Square, which is the showcase of the new Oakland that they'd like you to see. Shops, people going around, businesses happening, tree-lined streets. But there's another side of Oakland that they're not so eager for you to see. Welcome to Oakland's hidden homeless. In the past year, there's been a growing collection of shantytowns, tents, lean-tos, even shacks springing up along Oakland's BART tracks and freeways. Most of it just out of sight of the city's booming downtown.
You got an extra couple bucks?
But sometimes it's right out in the middle of the street.
Just go out on 85th and International. They take up half a city block.
Yeah, Oakland is not unique in really struggling with the homelessness problem, but we recognize that this is not just a problem around shelter. It is a mental health problem. It is a substance abuse problem, and we have to ensure that we provide services, not just housing, to the people that are on our streets.
According to The Guardian, a Wisconsin State Appeals Court ruled on Wednesday that 2 girls accused of trying to kill their classmate in an attempt to please the fictional horror character Slender Man should be tried as adults. The girls were 12 years old in 2014. That's when investigators say they lured 12-year-old Peyton Lautner to a park in Waukesha, about 20 miles west of Milwaukee, and stabbed her 19 times.
She says she was targeted by a mob, dozens of teenagers storming a Rosendale convenience store and then clearing out the shelves. All of it took just a couple of seconds.
And the whole thing was caught on camera, and you can see that the teens rushed into the store, grabbed what they could, and then just ran away. Tonight, police are trying to figure out who all the suspects are, and the store owner who was working that night is speaking out. Let's get right to Paul Burton, who's live in Rosendale with the story. Paul?
And Paula, that owner tells me she's been robbed at gunpoint before, but nothing compares to the sheer terror she experienced when all those teens rushed into her store and wreaked havoc. Tonight, she has a message for the teens and their parents, and she wants police to find those responsible.
I'm very happy I didn't get hurt. I got so scared, I didn't know what to do. I panicked.
A brazen, heinous robbery by a group of teens caught on camera. Watch as they storm into this Alpha convenience store on Washington Street in Roslindale, terrifying store owner Gloria Mantis.
Stormed in the store, grabbing their hands on anything they can get, drinks, ice cream, candy, anything they could get on. It was full packed of kids in here, 20, 25 kids.
Gloria says she was getting ready to close the store for the night when a whole bunch of kids, who the owner says may have come from a party nearby, came rushing in. You can see her trying to gain control of this flash mob teen robbery.
But potent ticks responsible for a growing number of Lyme disease cases in our area. CBS 2's Dave Carlin reports from Larchmont.
For kids across the Northeast, summer camp season can mean tick time.
Ticks do scare me a little bit.
According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, 300,000 new cases of tick-borne Lyme disease are diagnosed annually in the U.S., and it's a more than 300% increase over the last 20 years.
Heavy rain in India has caused severe flooding in the northeastern state of Assam. Brahmaputra River has burst its banks in 18 of the state's districts. At least 7 people have died, and more than 1 million residents have been forced to leave their submerged homes. Thousands are using canoes to reach higher ground, where makeshift camps are set up for the displaced. Vast areas of agricultural fields have also been affected. Parts of Kaziranga National Park, home to the rare one-horned rhino, are underwater. Officials say that they have found the remains of at least 1 rhino that had drowned in the flooding.